gratitude. So I'm not prepared for this. I will come back. It's just an introduction. Why would you choose this song? The topic. I've got a small channel. There are things going on in this world. Can't say what. So, what if you find out the superpowers have deceived you to no end? Even spirituality has deceived you to no end. So you return as I returned from Bharati, India's gurus. What if you find out things like that? Would you still choose Islam? Go back as an ex-Muslim, even as I had to find out something. So went back to the Majlis, Maharam Majlis of Allama Rashid Rabi long time ago. Made me cry and it gave me that emotional, I would call it. Right now, I don't want to comment on that. So would you choose Islam now, let's say, because you've been disillusioned, leaving Islam, atheism, you've been disillusioned by, right, like that. So then why would you would you still choose Islam? I think I should have put it like this. So let me just put my mic on. We see gurus, we see a lot of fake gurus. I've seen, you may have seen here. Is this George? Yes. So around the world, like the people you trusted, maybe universities, colleges, scientists. Even there, you've been disillusioned. Atheists, some here how the banned in Harvard University, a scientist, right? So as a Muslim or now as an ex-Muslim, you've been around the world, you've been searching for justice, truth. What if even those extremist Muslims were trained by these superpowers? Finding that out, if we had evidence for that, would you still go back to Islam? Or you've left one great choice here, like David Wood has said, atheists, ex-Muslims who are atheists, no, become believers in Jesus Christ, right? What if after some time, although Jesus Christ saved you, you say, many have said, Jesus saved me, and then you realize that this is also fake? Would you come back to Islam? If you, like me, have listened to your Majlis Shias as ex-Muslim and have cried, would you say it is an emotional blackmailing or conditioning, or no, my religion in this weakness? Let's say you don't have money, you are being helped by a Muslim country, although Sunni Muslim country. Would Zahra go back? So I asked myself this question. Listening to the masahib of the whole masahib of Yaqeen by Allama Rashid Rabi now, recently, just a while ago, and Sajda a little bit, as Zulfikar, Tujhse मैं लूंगी अपना प्यार. I say that, but it's Hussein. So I distorted the words of Allama Rashid Rabi in this one. Zulfikar, the sword that Imam Ali used in every battle until he was alive. Gabriel brought this and gave it to Prophet Muhammad, who gave it to, I think, we gave it to Imam Ali, right? For Imam Ali to fight wars. So now we're recently again, what an idiot. Armin Navabi has called me obsessed, or maybe tried to save me from these superpowers, as I was saying, maybe Iran. You see, we have to see who may have installed Khomeini and all this behind. And so I better stop this because politically, I don't know if I can talk much on politics in my country. Live George Soros, Democrats expose what a obsessive person she is. Obsessed against America, the superpower. Uh, Army Navabi would tell you the Pakistani ex-Muslims fake Nuria Khan, I gather, made out, and this one Punjabi guy, what's his Ali? Oh no, Adam Seeker, right? So none of these ex-Muslims have been supporting me. Although, I, of course, Abdullah Samir is a very decent, great person. Even he has not really supported my, but anyways, whatever it is, he's a nice person, good person, a very good person, actually. So my fear is that I could go back to my religion, right? Being weak and, getting emotionally blackmailed. Then you see, I had to check listening to this, right, Sajda. I mean, how could Allama Rashid Turabi, who was such a genius in his time, unparalleled, or, there was someone maybe in his time, but no, in Indo-Pakistan, he was the best. In Arabia, I don't know, in other Muslim countries, Shia ulamas like him, but in Indo-Pakistan, he was one of the best in his time. So, I mean, you can, if you know Urdu and you know Urdu properly, not like me, and you understand, but not even if you don't know Urdu much properly, you know, like I don't know, still this will make you cry, even as an ex-Muslim, ex-Shia, of course, humanity and what maybe my conditioning. So how could such a person lie? Who was, of course, my mother. It's a long story. Um, she had a child, but she died in infancy. And then my father, we knew in Karachi, we knew Allama Rashid Rabi. So he said he gave a dua, told my mother, and for 1 month, all this. So for me, I was born then for my mother to have a child again, and she wasn't having a child for 4 years of her marriage after she lost her daughter in infancy. So you see, I'm with due respect to Allama Rashid Tarabi and all that. So okay, so it's very intense. He's a very good. He was very good. His knowledge, his memory, everything. And why would you follow a Zahra who is terrible in memory as a small gathering of people? I call them gathering, right? We're like a small group of people. What shall I call you? You're my subscribers. Why would you even follow me? So this, why would I even leave such a beautiful religion that was more beautiful than even Sunni Islam and all this? Thinking, contemplating in myself over the years whether I want to become Sunni or Shia or what is all this thing? Why don't we love each other? Religion should be about love. Worship should be about caring for each other, healing each other, reaching out, and all this. And but I thought as a Shia we had that, and we didn't hate at all any Sunni, like even like we would, someone would say that, Azan timing and Maghrib hasn't come and the Azan, Sunni Azan has gone off, started, and all this, but I didn't get into, all these things, so the little things, but it didn't make us hate or stay away from Sunnis, at least not me. In that thing, I would not generalize, right? Also, generally, like stay away from all Sunnis in Pakistan. So, let's see, I'm not, maybe even I'm so, the Azan might start soon. Zohar. Okay. So, then so since I was told that some things about, so let's say we find out that, the superpowers, and what if my Shia friend who a long time ago told me that, your enemies would be so happy if you don't get married to your cousin, right? So I knew what I knew about my cousin and I hadn't told her. So I said, I'm not really concerned about to make the enemies happy, but myself happy. So I decide on that. Not that if I don't get married to my cousin and some enemies are happy that I don't get married, it should not affect, like, should not make a difference to me. I'm not here to make my enemies happy. Oh, sorry, sad. Sad. To make my enemies sad and myself happy like this. I want that kind of happiness where I am happy, whether, even if I get married to a middle class person or someone who's not like my cousin, and some of my enemies and friends who were jealous of me would get unhappy, sad, right? They were sad when, like, I could see that going to London and they couldn't go at that time and all this. So my decision, I told my friend that, my childhood friend from my father's side community, I told her that I don't decide like that. She may have agreed to it, as she may not have agreed to it. But I don't decide like that, right? So there could be, for example, now I don't decide to take, like, I'm not even going to into Christianity, right? To take half truth because, Jesus. Okay, there are people, I mean, you may have been saved by Jesus Christ, right? Ex-Muslims or even Muslims, and then you changed your religion and became Christians. So you haven't looked back. But for me, more than Jesus Christ was Imam Hussein. So I was like so humble. As a servant of Allah, he wasn't the son of Allah, right? Oh, he wasn't the son of God. So as a servant of God, he gave his all, sacrificed and all this. Like Jesus Christ also sacrificed. God sent his son for the redemption. So he was supposed to be, some say, that the crucifixion, he was supposed to be sacrificed to take the sins of others who followed him as Christians now, or then. So that's also in the Christian belief. But I would say that what a humble thing. Like, you can be a servant of Allah and do this, what Imam has said. So this was what I had heard about my religion until I closely examined the verses, Quran verses. Now let's say now I went back to, so what would you choose? What would Zahra choose? So I had to go back to it. I'm showing you where I'm at and how my week, my conditioning can affect me and make, like, I was also crying because, the, like, I feel it's a brainwashing and conditioning, right? So I had to go to Surah Zab ayat, and I couldn't find Ibn Qatir's tafsir, a Sunni side, because Shia side, I've looked at it, it doesn't come to the point. And so Surah 33 ayat 60, went to that, and then 61, right? So see, what the tafsir says is like, is a bit, it seems like it could be true, but to me, why it seemed like a bit of exaggeration here on, I didn't find a proper, you see, all this, through the Islamic history. Now, you see how much you can trust in Islamic history is another Muhammad and all that. So, before all trusting in the Islamic history, first have to see the Quran ayats and be able to, you know, how to put it for you here to explain. First, look at the Quran ayahs, what they're saying, and then go to the tafsir. If they're a little bit out of context, a little bit like exaggerated stuff. Here, like for example, this implies the people who, in order to cause panic among the Muslims and to lower their morale, used to spread rumors. Okay, right? So these were the people who used to spread rumors in Al Madinah. You know this. This is, I'm addressing to the Muslims here, right? So you know the ayat, Surah 33 at 61. If no, no, 60, 60. If the hypocrites, comma, comma, or and. So if the hypocrites, the sick at heart, and those who spread lies in the city. Now, if it had been, if the hypocrites and the sick at heart and the mischief makers who spread rumors, then it would be that the hypocrites are spreading rumors, the sick at heart are spreading rumors. It doesn't show here in this ayat that the hypocrites are spreading rumors. They're a different group here. Those who spread lies or rumors, right, in the city, Al Madinah, do not desist. Do not desist from what? God is not clear here. We shall, and so they're saying, the tafsir is saying that they were gathering together against them such serious setbacks, giving, they wanted to give such serious setbacks to Muslims suffered such, and the Muslims did, effect that the Muslims did in Medina suffer a lot. Why didn't Prophet Muhammad even leave Medina when they didn't want them there? The hypocrites, those in whose hearts is a disease, and the rumor mongers, right? Another thing, a question comes up here first. And because he went to Medina, he wasn't even from Medina. He wasn't born in Medina. He was born in Makkah. He went to Medina to seek refuge because the Baltis, we were told, Islamic history, were after him to kill him, and even the Quran says, right, or to, exile him or to kill him and all this. Okay, so then he should have left Medina instead of, being there, and then Allah telling him to do this and the Muslims to do this. Muslims with him in this Medina was under threat of a sudden attack. And besides this, they had another pastime. They would, Sunnis, when you say that maybe you would also object to the Shias, like a little point here I have to add. Is that, in our nohas, we exaggerate, in our majlises, we exaggerate, and we put our own words. Now, from whom are these words coming from? Prophet Muhammad or Ibn Qatir or Maududi, right? In their own words. Maududi. So this is what comes from the Islamic history, but Maududi must have put in his own words. Who wrote Islamic history, right? Not Prophet Muhammad. So his followers did. They would concoct and spread imaginary stories about the domestic life of the Prophet's household, also. Imaginary stories. So another one thing is that to bring again, add Surah Tahrim Ayat 1, proven that Prophet Muhammad was a false prophet, right? Contradiction. He should not have done that, going to please his wife, making haram what is halal, what Allah has made halal for him, the good thing also. Surah Ma'idah 87, which Allah tells the hypocrites, oh, sorry, the believers, not to do. So that means it's a command. It doesn't. Allah doesn't all the time in the Quran has to say that's a command. He doesn't, and it's really not right because some Muslim was telling me it's not a command. Yeah, but it's not a command to do hijab. A hijab means jalbab and hamar, the head covering or the bosom. And there's a lot of confusion in the Sunni Islam too. Sex. Uh, Amongst themselves, they can't agree to this hijab ayat too, or if even alcohol was haram, right? Due to these Quran ayats where it says, don't go near your prayers when you are, under this. So what this article explained to me long time ago online is that slowly it was made haram. But alcohol should be haram because next to is it has sin, right? It has some good, but it has some sin in it. So sin is haram. Surah 7, 933. Anyhow, we have to go this way, right? So alcohol should be haram. Whatever and then the taking the history and then the religious scholars making it out that this is how they stopped the people, polytheists who became believers, who became Muslim believers to stop. So in the beginning, it was like, don't go near the namaz, although namaz is compulsory 5 times a day, as they believe in. But that's what they did with these people who were polytheists before to give them that time period, so they can, get out of this addiction and leave alcohol. So that's why the verse is, but that verse doesn't prove that alcohol is not haram. That don't go near your prayers when you're intoxicated, this Quran ayat. You get it? So I'm not eloquent and I haven't made my notes, but this is just haphazardly. If you can bear with me here, thank you so much for bearing with me. Really appreciate this. Now you see here what else is written about them? Threat of a sudden attack. So huge army was gathering together. Now the Quran ayat doesn't say that, right? Maududi's tafsir. Oh yes. And if you're not going to do your research like I showed you, like how I did it, then of course, you'll think that even wherever you find them, kill them, right? With a thorough killing. Would you in Medina? Okay, let's say even in Medina at that time, but this is the way of Allah. When this Surah 33, Ayat 62, right? So it could be for all times. It's the way of Allah. So if you find hypocrites but the way they twist and turn it here, due to the Islamic history that has come to them, whoever gave them this Islamic history, is like this, that there was and the Islamic history would have that a huge army was being gathered together against them, these poor Muslims and Prophet Muhammad. Notwithstanding that he used to attack he was a caravan robber attack, but no, there's a reason why he was a caravan robber, because the polytheists, exiled him, wanted to kill him, he had to run away. Not exile him, but he had to run away. Shias and some Sunnis also, what the Islamic history is, that they wanted to kill him in Medina. Oh, sorry, Makkah. They wanted to kill him in Makkah, so he ran away. Imam Ali slept on his bed and all this, right? This. Now let's. So, person like me who's unbiased doing the research can't trust in the Islamic history. I wouldn't take this, even if this doesn't make sense to me, right? Sometimes I take Maududi, even the Sunnis. Why? Or Ibn Ishaq also, because it makes sense when I look at the Quran ayats and all this, the way I look at the Quran ayats. So some Shias have, many, all of you, could have missed how you do your research, the proper research to be done. Since you see, now to make it easy for you also, and I wasn't that eloquent when I started, and I'm deteriorating also. So I don't know how I'm saying this. Since, okay, I've proven from Surah Tahrim that he was a false prophet, right? We should not have a prophet who's having revelations, getting revelations from Allah sent through Gabriel, should not have done this in the first place. Making haram what Allah has made halal for him, even the good things, we should not. Surah Maida at 87, because, right? And then we go to Surah 21, that would be a great help for the Shias. They do not speak, Surah 21 at 27. This means the honored guests don't speak before Allah speaks, and they also have to obey the commands of Allah, right? And Surah Najm ayat, he does not speak. It's a very direct for Prophet Muhammad. He does not speak out of his own desire. Meaning, if he doesn't speak out of his own desire, but revelation is sent on him, then he should act, even in his private life. And then in his private life with his wives, he should not make haram. So if the Sunnis say that this is private life with his wives, then religion doesn't apply here for him or this, then why bring the religious edict and make it haram on himself? He could have simply refrained and even swear by Allah, or take an oath. When you take an oath, you have to swear by Allah, not by anyone else. There's a hadith. So I take that Sunni hadith to show you, to help you, where Prophet Muhammad says, do not swear by anyone other than Allah, right? Abu Bakr or someone used to, when these polytheists used to swear on other things other than Allah, father, swear on the father and all that, right? So, sorry, I just remembered my father uh, thing. Sorry, excuse me. That's why I laughed, not. So, my mind was somewhere else. Now, would I want take this? No, I wouldn't take this if I could find God. Give me eloquence. Oh, and I don't know who God this God is, who has created this life. We are oppressed at times, evil as one, children, the way they were misused. I was misused. And thinking that we are the guilty ones, we are the bad girls, we are bad children, bad boys. Some of us didn't fight back, allowed this to happen to us, whatever happened. Right? And how our minds were molded, and what evil is there. My God, I thought, if children can be evil, like according to suppose my family member says, my father says that my mother was not evil, you were evil. How can he say that, right? Or he just ignores what his mother did to me in my childhood. I was not 3.5 years old, I was 4.5 years old. Right, but please kiss my mother's forehead my father telling me at my brother's or his my cousin's wedding, his sister's niece's niece, niece's wedding or brother's wedding. After I've told him now in year 2000 what his mother did to me in my childhood. So programming the first time, and then it's all programming, right? And then when she used to call me down at 4.5, I used to think, oh my God, I've forgotten that it was the first time what she said to me, and then it's all so feeling bad as a child. So can you imagine? Let's say if even a child is evil, but what do you think the adults are then? Then none. And then being a prayer of Allama Rashid Turabi and child is, let's say I'm the one who went up, enjoyed it or whatever, right? And then felt guilty at 4.5 years. Then the whole world is evil. Then even adults can't say that no, no, we are better than these children. Who can I then trust in? माँ जी जो अगन बिगोए उसे कौन बचाए? There's an Indian song, movie song, right? Chingari koi barke. And see, please be careful. You know, the prostitutes or some maybe should think about it. Go back in the past. Like these children also, they didn't fight and they gave in, right? So thank God they weren't, since they caught those who were exploiting, sexually exploiting. Khalid Time has given a child, Abu Dhabi. See, they didn't say anything to the children, although these children, I don't think they fought back. Age 16 most at risk, how UAE parent. So, you know who can maneuver, manipulate children, how to do this, get into all this. So is it the child's fault? Are you going to put the child in jail? No, because children are vulnerable. You can mold them in whatever way you like, and the environment is very good, very important. Environmental influence. So when I was with my grand aunt, I wouldn't do what my where in my house I was when my grandmother, my father's mother, was in Karachi, not in Dubai, right? I wouldn't do that. I was living with my grand aunt at times, my mother's aunt, who had like boys, children. How many of them male? They didn't do anything to me, neither did I do anything with them, right? Clean, nice, with my grand aunt, in my grand aunt's place. She had 5 children. 3 of them were males, boys, and two were older than, all three were older than me, but none of them, I was good. They were good, I was good. How could I be badmash? So it's the environment also that helps, okay? So this, and then this child, thank God they found out and they did not penalize the child. But in the United States, federal penalties for online child exploitation, and this child might not fight back. So please don't blame the children, like some adults I've seen in my family, father's family also do. Okay, there are some children who I don't think I was born evil, but there are some children who could be born psychopaths or narcissists or, but I wasn't. And they could be like Adam from that school, who used to abuse my teacher on her back and then with her be acting very friendly. And I decided one day to tell my Miss Dissa about my teacher. she couldn't believe it. So she blamed me for being jealous of Adam. Okay, so the point here is that there are children who maybe they've taken on what their parents have taught them, like this being, saying something, being hypocrites, acting terrible behind the back, in front, acting so, oh, so friendly. And I wish it was like this. I wish that he was a true student, because I had told my aunt that, oh, no one loves Miss Tissa. No one really likes her or something. I felt sympathies for her. So I would have been happy if Adam really was truly like like an no, sorry, like a student who is friends with a very nice friendly with his teacher. I would be happy. I wouldn't be jealous. Knowing me, knowing what I did, only I know, and my aunt, God, who used to live with me before getting married. So this. And some like someone told me that her son did karate and fought against the abuser, his abuser. But not everyone, all children do that. They get into this. So please don't blame the children, and I'm not supposed to blame myself also. Oh, I mean, how this grandmother did it, 4.5, because I was saying 3.5. So this also, I just want to speak about my little bit. And Sharif Khan type people are going to come here and use this against me. You see, actually, like take your meds, the account of Sheikh also said, and a Sheikh also said, are you, go on meds, go to the psychiatrist, know, because I wasn't opening. I first like open this Discord, become a member of the right, and then Sharif Khan, and then the countries who go for this spirituality. No, like if some Rouhani person has said about my case, right, in Karachi, now he's on Facebook, so I can't tell my country, please contact, or can I take some report from him? They won't accept that report. They'll accept a psychiatrist report, the hospital they give me to go to, and the psychiatrists there. Oh, this is the problem. So Sharif Khan type people, can we blame them? Like principal said, can we blame? When I told her the rumors followed me after they separated me from Ms. Disa, she said, can you blame them? Right, so this. Now you see Jerry Marzinski also. Where is it? History. Where's Jerry Marzinski's? Insane or possessed. Aaron Apke. So, people coming here like Sharif Khan, Taimur, these Zalmi. And can we blame them? Because look at these ex-Muslims also, like Nuria Khan and Adam Seeker. पता नहीं कैसे उस एडम सीकर का मुंह बिल्कुल बंद किसी ने कर दिया था. And now he's gone to the Hindus side. So I went on his channel and I gave him hell. It made no difference to him because he was as quiet as ever. He didn't answer back. So that my country can say, oh, she's spreading this, find me. And I even said, my country, my government can find me. I don't care. And then I was like, oh, where's my money gone? Why is it missing? Right? So yeah, little contradictions here and there. Now, what the hell? Like that. What in the They took my money. Okay, if they took it, Zara, calm down, right? Yet, there I said, oh, they can, in that heat of the moment. But who's going to get into trouble? Me, right? Even on that, at that time on live stream, who's going to get in trouble? They've told Imran Khan's sister that's protests, peaceful protests, they call it terrorism. And sometimes going against the Pakistani army also, me. Oh, General Zia, don't ask me what he did. This was my mother's country, Pakistan. So, I've not said much against, I'm not against late Pervez Musharraf, general, who was the general and president of Pakistan. But was Imam Tawhidi has said against this Pakistan army, Punjabi, taking over all this. So what I said recently, I could get into trouble because my country doesn't like any one of their Emiratis talking on politics or creating any. Not even protests are allowed here, peaceful protests, right? But Karachi, Pakistan is different. So when I was in Pakistan, I was a Pakistani, but I didn't feel like a Pakistani later on when they hanged Bhutto, when a lot of things happened, and in Pakistan. I- And even the Sunni Shia, they made us feel so like, which country is ours? So better go to Iran. They made this, like this friend of my ex-friend used to come in. I just later on, like maybe we don't, Qaida, and then Qaidas. Okay. So, take everything like us. What, what is ours? And then in college, it's like, what is mine? What do I own? Even if someone came and deceived me, I used to tell myself now, end of 1989, it started. Let it go. What is yours? Don't be so. If someone stole from me, like here, they're stealing, and I'm so shocked now in year 2000, whatever I told myself, and I thought God had given me a miracle and it's going to work for the rest of my years now. God is with me and He wants me to enjoy life and have fun, and He's having fun with me, but then it was short lived. So then it didn't work out what I had told myself. You have to understand this, right? In end of year 1989, when I got this miracle of my life, the best miracle, the greatest miracle, God saved me. That was a miracle for me. All the memories went to killing me every second of the moment. This separated from my teacher. I couldn't let go, but when God gave me the patience, I let go. And I was very grateful to God. And once, 1989, I opened the Quran, or 88, when I shifted to the new house in Karachi. I was not getting patience, and now it was too much. In my fifth year of separation, 5.5 years, or fifth year. Uh, Quran ayat said that it came to Hazrat Khizr. Like, I wanted to know why is it that my teacher is okay with the separation, I'm not, and I'm going there, and it goes out of proportion, and I then she's hurt, she's disturbed, it goes into trespassing, it's gone into trespassing, I've gone into all this. So what happened is, I opened the Quran for this, and God told me in the Quran, Surah Qaf ayat, you would how can you have patience with me? Hazrat Khizr telling Hazrat Moses, like, I was like, how can, when you don't have that knowledge, right? Well, it's like, God, are you making me go there? And since, so when God, so this also came in the Quran, for this purpose. Istikhara, trespassing, criminal. But Miss Desai told me if I wanted to call the police, and, but later on, okay, that's between now. I can't. You know, people, they take everything, anything. So please be also careful of these. And if you have these Sharif Khan types that could even make a child look, because my grandmother wanted me to feel guilty, wanted me to feel like a bad girl, and how she arranged all that and made me then when she was calling me, ugh, and I started to feel scared. And so I wouldn't tell my mother because I started to blame myself also at 4.5. Now, how a grandmother could make so all this, right? And these Sharif Khan type people, imagine. And then we have the Hindu gurus also, some fake. Can you imagine? Like what in spirituality, how they control you and how there's evil there also. So thank God neither Dubai, blamed the children, adults, and even an old woman, like your God has called, an old woman, Hazrat Lut. Oh, this life, if I've seen it so from so near, the hypocrites, the ones who make the children uh, blame themselves the rest of their lives. Like even today, even yesterday, I was like, no, no, wait a minute. So Abu Dhabi, children exploitation online. They've got, thank God. But this very good. But like okay. So these kind of people, oh, children exploitation. Oh, it started. I have to go now. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll carry on after this. Yeah, I couldn't even stop. I could have waited until this thing in the background. Okay, I have to just respect. Let me be the good one. I have nothing to lose. Thank you for your